Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're enjoying this so far. Just surely there's got to be someone out there that's like, oh, well, maybe, perhaps this is a thing, or maybe you don't. Maybe you have no connection to any of these so far, but that's okay. There's more. There's more. And then after this series, I will obviously let you know. We'll do a series of the types of people pleasers that are out there, and that one might connect even more with you. So today is episode number 4, and this is to stop pouring out your power through self silencing. So very similar to last week. When we talked about staying safe within the body because like that was just a learned mechanism. This week it's about self-silencing. It isn't about self-silencing isn't about being calm. It's not about being like, I'm so evolved. Okay. It's what happens when your nervous system learned that speaking up led to disconnection. Person that actually does this to other people. Um, it's totally normal in adults to actually have this behavior that when someone confronts you and you feel um, frustrated with them or attacked, or you're in a fight with them or an argument, you shut down. Okay. And what's happening realistically is your heart is like closing. Okay. And it's like a protection mechanism happening. And so you're shutting everybody out so nobody can hurt you and you're all safe. You're going to just cocoon yourself here. Okay. That's what your nervous system learned, that when you speak up, it might lead to disconnection, or you might be that person that's actually disconnecting when someone speaks up. Okay. So it's interesting to like turn the table and see. So, or you might not have anyone like that in your life or relate to this one, but I'll continue going on. So, if speaking up led to disconnection, punishment, or withdrawal, this is where this one's coming into play. So if you constantly say things like, let it go, swallowing your needs, telling yourself, just let it go, or you're telling someone else, just let it go, it's actually just, you're just putting your head in the sand, ignoring the situation, ignoring what's happening, what's coming up. Okay. If you try and convince yourself that it's not worth saying, okay, it's not really a restraint, like, oh, I'm really restraining myself. It's actually a survival technique. Okay. So this isn't who you are. It's what your body, again, learned to do. And her body is going, our, our body is going to be chasing you. Run. Just pretend like nothing happened. Okay. And, or you could be on the other side being like, oh, that person doesn't like me. I'm going to go into full shame, close my heart, lock down, and actually not speak to them for a while. Okay. That's also a piece of this. So when your nervous system believes that expression equals danger, it will minimize your needs, delay your truth, and choose silence over disruption every single time. Okay. Not because you lack confidence. Most likely you could be a very confident person, but because once upon a time you were told that, like, or you were shown that it's disconnection that will actually happen. And you don't want to feel disconnected for it because then you don't feel safe. Right. Again, we go back to the eons of years ago, how tribes lived. And if you were out there by yourself, my God, you were not safe. You needed to be part of a tribe. Okay, so it is so deeply coded in your DNA to be a part of something that these things like literally run in the background and you're going like, what? I do. I do that. Why would I do that? You never have the thought of like, I don't want to be left out of the tribe because a lion truly could eat me. I have nothing to defend myself with, right? Um, so it's not because you lack confidence, but it's because you don't feel like connection is safe and that threatens your safety, but it really doesn't. Okay. Because you have connection in here. Okay. And if you are a spiritual person, you have spiritual connection. You are safe. Okay. So we have to recognize that that pattern is happening. And then when you have this, just to speak up is just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Your body has to believe that that expression is going to be safe and it's not going to cost you the connection with that person. So, mindset's not going to fix it. Pushing like through that won't fix it. Only your internal safety will. And that's where you find that like little tiny window where you do your embodied interruption. So, this week, your embodied interruption is like the next time you want to stay quiet or you find yourself like, oh, I really want to say something, but like, no, I'm not. It's like, lion, there's the lion. There it is. That is when you're going to place a hand, your right hand over your chest. You're going to feel your butt or your feet. Okay. And you're going to teach the nervous system by a slow exhale. And you're going to say one sentence that is your truth. You don't have to out the whole thing. One sentence. Okay. And that's going to, again, teach your nervous system, oh, we can speak. We're okay. Okay. So it teaches that you can be seen and you can still be safe. And so you have to, but you have to take a breath because we so badly want to just like, and that's the thing that we go back to like the first couple episodes of talking about like the first step might be like recognize while you recognize like, oh, I'm doing it again. You might catch yourself before and be like, I'm just scratching my chest in front of someone as you're thinking like, I don't know if I like that restaurant. Baby steps, unless you're rip it all off at one time, right? So your voice has never been a threat. The lack of safety for you has. Okay, so we have to just look inside our body, and silence is no longer required for your survival. And girl, if this is your opinion, woo! Okay, we'll see you next week, okay? Because I